In case you don't know, I have ADHD and it's the worst thing ever. Okay, maybe not. But it can be a huge pain in the poopy hole in many ways. And if not handled properly, it can become severely debilitating. Trust me.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get...
And that's speaking about real life. But we don't do that here because I'm a fucking nerd. So ADHD and video game. And this combination is so corrosive and destructive and it's basically video game hell. Full of temptation and I don't know what that is, but it's bad. You know Dante? And no, not the white hair anime fanboy, but the real one. El Dante Alferno. Okay, I know, that sounds more Spanish than Italian, but let's be honest, Italian sounds way better when spoken in English. I cooked the pizza. Yahoo! Dante's Inferno is a piece of literature that describes the 9 circles of hell and categorizes it in tiers of severity. That's the briefest of explanations of it. And I'm gonna desecrate this fine piece of Renaissance literature by comparing it to video games. So yeah, here are you know that feeling that you don't have anything to play? You stare at your Steam library and the choices are vast, yet nothing seems to appeal to you? Maybe you even look for a new game, but even browsing through the store and sifting through tons of recommendation videos just doesn't cut it? You want to play and enjoy a game so badly, but it doesn't happen for some reason. And nothing you play seems enjoyable anymore. And to be fair, this is a conundrum that most gamers find themselves in from time to time, not just the ADHD crowd. But it seems as if for the most neurotypical people, this only happens when their favorite game fizzles out or if they finished a really enticing single-player game. For example, you played through the entirety of The Witcher 3 and all its DLCs and now everything just feels empty suddenly. But for me personally, this can happen on a whim, in a fucking finger snap. Sometimes even in the middle of what seems an enjoyable gaming session. Halfway through a game of Rocket League and suddenly this game feels like fucking Chinese water torture. But I really want to, and I really keep trying, and I go back to my go-to games time and time again, convincing myself that if I get past that first hurdle, I will start to enjoy the games again. But it's lies! Because within a matter of minutes, I'm just done with the game and my life. Where does it come from? Where does it go? Where does it come from, Cotton Eye Joe? He doesn't know either. Now, how do I deal with this? I don't actually. You see, nowadays I don't try to force myself through this feeling anymore and I just accept it and let it be. Even though I really want to play games, I just shield myself from the sheer futility of trying by doing something completely different, whether that be reading a book, making videos, or just touch grass. Point is, brute forcing myself through this has never worked and it never will. In due time, the real click will come back again, whether that be within a few days, a few weeks, or perhaps even a fucking month. Don't force it, take a step back and come back when you really feel that inner oomph again. Ooh, you seen that Starfield trailer? Looking good, don't it? Oh, can't wait, can you? Pre-order, awooga! This is such a treacherous feeling. You get lured in by some visuals of a game you've never even played before and you get hyped because of it, to the point that you actually pre-ordered that shitty fucking game that you're looking at. And of course, this is what these companies spend millions upon millions of dollars on in order to achieve this. So again, this isn't exclusive to the ADHD crowd, but the thing is, they don't actually need millions upon millions of dollars in order to achieve that feeling within me. I get lured in by promises and shitty compilations of gameplay so easily. It's... maybe I'm just fucking stupid, I don't know. I've spent so much money on shitty games just because of hype and that kind of bullshit. Or because my friends were playing this game. Prime example, Destiny. Both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. I mean, I've played Destiny 1. I already knew that it wasn't for me, yet I still bought Destiny 2 as well. And I've bought more DLCs than I care to admit. Again and again and again. And every time, whether that be on PlayStation or on PC, I just come to the same conclusion. This game fucking sucks. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I don't like this game. It's that pure attraction, that marketing shit, or perhaps even just FOMO that gets me to that point, and I just can't help it. How do I deal with this nowadays? Well, not having too much money to spend helps a lot. And aside from that, nothing but sheer restraint. I see a lot of games coming by that seem kind of fun and I actually want to try just because of like some fucking video. But I tell myself, it's a trap. It will probably suck. And then I just load up some Rocket League and that feeling subsides just as quickly as it arises. So yeah, restraint, cynicism, and being broke saves the day. I guess. Just one more quest, just one more mission, just one more game, just one more new game plus. It never ends. And this is one of those things that literally keeps me up at night. Is it hyperfocus or is it addiction? Perhaps both? I don't know. But whatever it exactly is, common sense is playing second fiddle to it. And the games that invoke this curse the most in me are by far strategy games. I mean, I vividly remember that one night back in college. It was like 10 p.m. and I was like, I can play my 550th playthrough of Rome Total War. Maybe 2, maybe 3 hours and you know, that'll be fine. You see, I have college at 10 a.m. so I should be good. So I started playing, looked up from my screen, birds are singing, the sun is shining, and I was like, fuck, it's 7 a.m. So I did the only logical thing. Keep playing until I had to leave. Well, needless to say, I left college within an hour of arriving because I kept falling asleep during lectures. It's never enough, and even when I am aware of the passage of time, somehow reason.exe fails to load up. And I guess I willfully ignore real life. I mean, it's not that I want to do it, it's more that I just feel like it. How do I deal with this nowadays? Well, this might be my biggest pitfall yet. I'm really hesitant on loading up strategy games later at night because it's just... But frankly, I fail regularly at this circle of hell. I am a video game glutton, and as soon as the hyperfocus sets in, there are a few things that can get me to Alt F4 a game. Fuck my life. The only thing that kinda helps me is setting alarms on my phone, because that somehow creates some more awareness of the passage of time, but even that isn't foolproof, so yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is! This is the opposite of Circle 1, and I frankly hate this one even more than Circle 1. You see, instead of having no games to play, you have too many games to play. Oh, I want to get some games of Rocket League in, but I also want to play with my friends. Oh, I see they're playing The Hunter, Call of the Wild, FOMO. I want to make some progress in my playthrough of The Witcher, but I don't know what to choose. I mean, it's fucking crippling, and not just in the sense of playing video games, but also in other things I actually want to do. Perhaps work on my videos, for example. Or just socializing. I mean, it just makes me feel as if there isn't enough time in a day to do everything I want, and I fucking hate that. Because it always leads to half-assing everything because you do everything for 5 fucking minutes because you want to do everything. And there's barely any gratification from it because, like I said, you're half-assing everything. The only way for me to deal with this nowadays is by just sticking to a max of 2 games a night. And that's depending on what kind of games they are. You see, if I play a few games of Rocket League, I can easily play an FPS besides it. But if I load up a strategy game or something really enticing like an RPG like Elden Ring or The Witcher, it's just best to stick with that because otherwise I just descend back in Circle 3. You know that feeling that you're about to progress to the next part of the game? You're almost a rank up, you almost finish a mission. Ooh.
You're so close.
But every time you just mess up right before the finish line. Getting endlessly beaten by Margaret, for example. And instead of taking a step back, you just keep pressing on and beating your head against a fucking wall. And it seems like you cannot stop for some reason. Or like, you can, but it makes you feel like a fucking disgrace. For some reason, you keep revisiting the pain. Is it self-hatred? Is it stupidity? Is it masochism? I don't know. And again, this is something that I think most people deal with. But when I look at my friends, I always seem to have way more difficulty to just take a step back, take a breather, regain my footing and revisit the game, the boss or the level later on when I'm just a bit more tranquilo. I just cannot let shit rest, man. I keep fucking myself over and over and over and over and over. I don't want to do it, but there's this little leprechaun sitting in my ear whispering that I will be his little bitch forever if I take a break. I mean, can you imagine how taxing the Souls franchise has been for me? I mean, it has easily cut like 12 years of my lifespan. I think it's just a frustration that you think you can do better and you just start to hate yourself when you don't live up to your own standards. How do I deal with this nowadays? Well, it took me years to actually learn to ignore this fucking leprechaun and take that goddamn break. Because it's just not worth it to beat yourself up over a game. Playing games should be fun, it shouldn't be frustrating. And in all honesty, I probably just got better at it because I'm aging. So my advice is just age quicker. God of War is a masterpiece, a critically acclaimed game with a name to fame. But I didn't like it, and I don't really know why that is. I mean, I can see why people love this game. It looks phenomenal. Kratos is a beloved character from a beloved franchise. He seems really enticing as a main protagonist. The gameplay was more than decent, but I just didn't like it. And this is something that's obviously a subjective matter. You like something or you don't like something. It's just that simple. But sometimes I just seem to dislike games that I actually should like. Some other prime examples are Horizon Zero Dawn. I got really fucking bored with the first game for some reason. I don't know. If you haven't thrown your tomatoes yet, here comes the kicker. I hated The Last of Us, the first one. Not the second one that everybody hates. I hated the first one. I really loved the story. I've seen the show. I love the fucking show. I just didn't like the first game. And I don't know if it's actually ADHD to blame, but I'm still gonna. So fuck you. So how to deal with this? Just don't play these games. I mean, what are they gonna do? Lock me up in prison? I mean, this one speaks for itself. Raging, violence, throwing your controller, smashing your desk. It all falls in the same category. And this is something I have always struggled with. I just rage as madness sometimes. And I really still struggle with this whenever I play competitive games. I smashed numerous of PlayStation controllers back in the day when I still played FIFA. And I still have a hard time to not say horrible stuff whenever I get tilted in Rocket League. And I just get triggered so much quicker than anyone else I know that plays video games. Some of my friends even call me Rage Quit Carlos. Yeah, it's that bad. I fucking hate it, but I can't help it. I have a spicy personality, I guess. And again, this might be intertwined with the standards you hold up for yourself. And when you're not able to meet them, it feels like as if everything is against you and you just snap and smash your controller and you smash your desk and you... How to deal with this? Just avoid these games that tilt you too much. It's for that reason that I quit playing FIFA. I never played it again, never looked back, never regretted it. Fuck that game. Fuck FIFA. Fuck this fucking game. Yes, I'm lumping these two together. You know why? Because fuck you. And because it's straight up in line with this whole point. Not finishing your shit. You say you'll dedicate yourself to a game.
I'm finally gonna finish this game. I'm
finally gonna play Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun. This time I'm gonna play EVE Online like really dedicated and get that big ass ship. This time I'm really getting to max level in World of Warcraft. But you end up just not finishing shit. And not because of time constraint or because you get burned out or because the game is whack. Just because. For example, like I said, I still need to finish Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun. I actually really enjoyed the game and I've had time to play it, but I still didn't. Why? Yeah, I don't know. And this is a recurring theme. I've had this so many times before. I dropped Warframe way too quickly. I dropped Warhammer Darktide and Boltgun way too quickly. Same goes for Elder Scrolls Online, EVE Online, World of Warcraft, Dyson Sphere Program, Kerbal Space Program, Crusader Kings 3. All these games ranging from decent to outright exquisite. But fuck my life, I'm just not feeling it, brother. Maybe someday I'll properly finish these campaigns and playthroughs and whatnot. But that day is not today. And same goes for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. No subscribe. Bye. Oh yeah, wait. By the way, I also made a second channel, Saint Charles, where I will be talking shit about One Piece. So make sure you subscribe to eat my shit. See ya. Bye.